MLW fans, Jordan Robles here at work fighting obesity, of course. Watch this episode of Fade the Mahoney as they'll get you prepared for our NLCS series against the Eagles. Go Ducks.
Hey, welcome back to Fade the Mahoney. You just saw our good friend Jordan Robles lead us in. We'll finish up with Jorgy. In the meantime, Trevor and I, real quick recap of last week and preview of this week. How you doing, Trevor?
I'm great. How are you?
Wonderful. Quick shout out our recent shows with Drew and Jimmy. Lots of views, so we appreciate that. Surprisingly, Trevor, more people like to watch Drew lose his mind and yell at people than watch Jimmy in one of the best episodes we've ever done. But people like Drew saying bad things about other people.
It's like the Jerry Springer effect.
It's a good point. Last week, Trevor, you won our bet again. I took what I thought was the value with the Wildcats. You won with the Preds, so now you're up plus 130 on the year. Congratulations.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much.
I'm fairly certain that if Nick Saylor knew how to hit a wiffle ball, I would have won.
Man, he has fallen off, hasn't he? I bet it's probably because doesn't come on this show.
Wow, you just pulled that right out of my brain. You had a very excellent breakdown of his case for MVP in the middle of last year. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
That seems like 20 years ago now.
Yeah, he's below Jack on the power rankings.
Wow. What our goal was to recap the Wildcats season and series, but shockingly, I couldn't get anybody from the Wildcats to join us. Two quick shout outs. Our guy Jackson Pearson. He's a great dude. We just couldn't make the time work. And also shout out to Liam. Liam is under the weather, so we couldn't get him either. Everybody else.
Liam's never been on, has he?
No.
Fun.
Liam seems like a great dude. I had one question already written out for him, and it was, Liam, what hitting tips do you have for Nick?
Oh, that's great.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
You want to say anything about that series other than Nick Saylor going 0 for whatever with all the strikeouts?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan Kratz is just on a different level.
Yeah, he's going to win MVP again, right?
He should. I mean, I think he should this year more than last year, but
I would agree with that. Shockingly, the two locks as far as the betting markets go, MVP for him and obviously manager of the year for Jack. Those are the two things that are already locked in. Shall we preview this one now? Let's do some numbers and then we'll release the world premiere of updated MLW World Series betting odds. So what do you got for this?
Yeah, the Mallards, I think, have to be very big favorites against the Eagles. I'm going to put them at minus 200. I think when you have Jordan Robles, is clearly the best player in this series. And, you know, Dallas can carry a team, but when you got Robles and I think the Eagles are a little bit deeper. You know, I feel a little bit better about the end of their lineup than maybe the Mallards lineup. Mallards lineup can be a little bit inconsistent at times. But when you got Jordan in there, I just feel like you have to make them a pretty substantial favorite.
I agree they need to be substantial favorites. Here's a question I have for you. How many people on the Mallards, if they hit a home run, would not surprise you? Obviously Jordan, obviously Tommy. Anybody else who, if they hit a home run, would not surprise you?
No, I mean, you'd be surprised by a home run from anybody else.
Okay, what about over here? Same question.
Yeah, I mean, Waylon has power, you know, occasionally. And I think he's actually seen Jordan pretty well over the year, you know, since Jordan's entered the league. So I wouldn't be surprised. Waylon. Dan has it in the past. He hasn't had it recently, but he did look better in the last series, right? And yeah, I mean, Landon had a hot bat too. He had the home run in Vermont, but it's not something you'd expect consistently.
You would be. I'll just do first person. I would be shocked if Landon hit a home run in the series. Shocked.
Yeah, fair.
What they've got other batters are Preston. Am I getting that name right?
Yes.
He swings the bat pretty well, right?
He's been a little inconsistent, but in a rookie season, you'd expect that. Okay.
Okay.
But I mean, he has the potential.
Yeah, Caden, we'd probably be shocked. Who else am I missing? Who else am I missing?
Well, I mean, if they get Carlington or Davenport in there, would be the other two. But it seems likely that it's going to be. I would guess it's going to be those four.
All right. You mentioned Dan, which triggered in my mind. I think at some point we need to do a episode of just us talking about our favorite and least favorite players in the league.
I like that. That's a good idea.
Came up out of nowhere. All right. I told myself anything under 200, I would take the favorites, but at 2-1, they got to win 33% of the time for me to break even. So I will take the Eagles and just think that Allen will have another otherworldly performance. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. World premiere of updated World Series odds. The Mallards are staying at 2-1 still. They're still the favorite. Predators have jumped up to 7-2, which would be 3.5-1 for those of you scoring at home. Third place is the Magic at 5-1, and all the way down at the bottom, Eagles are 8-1. Anything jump off the board to you there? Anything seems wrong?
Nothing seems wrong. I think they all seem very fair. I would personally put some money on the Preds at that price.
Yeah. They will be a road team favorite in the next round. We're jumping a little bit ahead until next week, but they will be a favorite, right? I mean,
I have to think they will be.
All right. All right. That's you and me. We get to finish up with Jorgy. Trevor, you may not be aware, we've had 6 weeks of the NFL season. Jorgy's come on every show with his lock of the week. He is 6-0. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Speechless.
We are wasting time doing everything else in our life rather than just following whatever Jorgy does. All right, that's going to be us. You got anything else you need to add, or are we good?
Nope, we're good.
That hat sitting way on top of your head looks spectacular. All
Thank
right, good gambling, everybody. Thanks, Trevor. Good to see you.
See ya.
All right, we are back for another lock of the week. 6-0 now in the season. My Lions got it done. They're 5-1, but they are not 6-0. I'm 6-0. We're gonna keep rolling. I'm still surprised that I haven't got one wrong. This week, I guess this might be a little risky because I feel like I've been going with favorites to cover. This week, I'm gonna go with a dog. I'm gonna take the Chargers plus 5.5 at Kansas City. The Chargers honestly just play Kansas City really well, whether or not they win the game. Dating back the last 2 years, 2021, they were able to win at Kansas City, lost at home in overtime. And then last year, both games, they lost by 3 points. Usually it's a pretty good game. This is a weird Chiefs team this year. Offense has been kind of sketchy. Mahomes has looked good, but they haven't really exploded. They haven't really had to. They've been able to run the ball. Their defense plays really well. Justin Herbert and the Chargers did struggle a little bit against Dallas at home, but I think they can bounce back a little bit, maybe figure out the Chiefs defense. This is a team that they're used to playing well. So I think the Chargers can cover here. Will they win the game? I'm not sure. Hopefully that make it look a little better. I might throw some on the money line as well. So I'm gonna go Chargers here. Let's get to 7-0.